In March 2016, I was involved in a project on the creation of a procurement union between my company and a partner company. Both companies are engaged in trade but operate on separate markets, the Republic of Belarus and the Republic of Lithuania. The idea of the project is simple: to combine the purchase volumes of the goods of two companies and get the better conditions from the suppliers. Despite the simplicity and clarity of the idea of the project, the result of the project, which started in 2010, are almost zero today. At the recent regular meeting, the presidents of two companies for the 20th time spoke about the importance of this project, about how they see the movement in this project and what is expected of the teams involved in the project. But after the positive and the approval of the idea at the high meetings, the team members traveled home to their countries and the project work died down and slowed down. At the last meeting in July 2017, I was tasked to head the project and combine the purchases of the two companies. I understand that for the success of the project, it is necessary to find a solution to the following difficulties that are hindering the project today. The conflict of local interest of the company and interest of the group of companies. The project team developed the principles of the procurement union, which was to be built. The main point is that the principles imply the equality of the parties, two companies, in decision-making which wanted to buy a particular product, but obliged each party to take into account the interest of other party when choosing a supplier. It is assumed that the category managers of both companies will work together in close cooperation, be sensitive to the interest of the other party, and will seek compromises and synergies. But in practice, the purchasing department of each companies are assumed to work independently, without the need to plan with other people for joint negotiation, let alone negotiate anything. Following the principles violates the decision-making processes built in each company and slows the current work. Therefore, the category managers of both companies begin to shy away from coordinating their activities with the partner company, begin to interpret the principle differently than they originally thought. They do not want to lose their freedom in decisions which exist when the companies independently build their purchasing strategies. To solve this problem, I want to demonstrate to the teams that the procurement union principles and the procurement union itself have more benefits than problems and inconveniences, and complexities are generated by the wrong actions of the project participants. I'm planning to increase the amount of personal participation in working meetings of internal teams. As a moderator of meetings, I want to direct the work in the right direction, showing how the principles should be applied in specific situations which the group works with. I will show that conflicts disappear if everyone is guided by the common goal and interest of the group, and from this position they are considering the situation. Participation in working meetings will allow me to see new causes and difficulties in work which I may not know yet. To show the real benefits of the joint work of the groups for the union, which overlap the inconvenience due to the need to coordinate their decisions with the partner company. I will do this on the successful experience of those few commodity categories where it has already turned out to come to a common assortment and joint purchases. I present what benefits the group, each company and customers received. To put the barriers on those cases where, because of personal convenience, category managers are reluctant to join forces. This can be done through the creation of a set of rules complementing the principles, which more specifically describe the powers and duties of category managers. For example, negotiations with Belarusian suppliers by the Lithuanian side are possible only with the presence or consent of partners from Belarus, and the Belarusian purchasers' direct negotiations with Lithuanian suppliers only upon the agreement by the Lithuanian side. Lack of communication. As it turns out, quite often the participants of the international group do not know the current situation about what has been done is being done by members of the group from another country. Communication through email is not enough. And in the absence of the clear understanding, there are beginnings of rumors that the other side does nothing or delays making decision for the sake of some other motives than the procurement union. Mistrust is also engendered by the occasional communication of category management involved in the project, many of whom are not personally acquainted with each other. To solve this problem, I'm planning to increase the amount of verbal video communication for the teams, suggesting to allocate a fixed time during the working weeks, to build a schedule of video conferences of the working groups, to offer face-to-face meetings for team members alternately in one of the project countries to establish closer, trusting relationships with each other, to create groups in collaborative applications such as Viber, Skype, so that groups can get more live and more efficient access to each other and solve emerging issues quickly, to offer groups to work out simply group work rules, easy and understandable, defining forms of information exchange, forms of minutes for team meetings, rules for responding to each other's letters, actions, and what to do if communication is broken. The clarity of what is happening for suppliers and customers. The construction of the procurement union of the two companies created a lot of uncertainties for both suppliers and customers. The processes that were usual for suppliers have been disrupted. The decision makers are not clear for the suppliers now. The decisions are taking longer. There is no previous clarity about product requirements. There were doubts among the suppliers about the possibility of long-term work with companies, as companies go to one common supplier. Customers observe the change in the assortment. Their usual brands are disappearing, and new ones come. What happens to the company? Is it reliable? They are not clear. I see the solution of this problem with the clarity of the situation for both suppliers and customers. I'm planning to prepare a brief presentation and at the meeting with suppliers present a vision of new course. Show that for the serious suppliers, the union opens up new opportunities, access to the market of another country through our partner, preparation and improvement of the product, so that it becomes available for sale in several countries with different jurisdictions. I foresee that a number of suppliers will take the initiative and will be ready to become more actively involved and help with building such union. At the meeting with key clients, to explain the changes, showing the benefits that the customers of the companies will get thanks to the union. Reduction of goods prices, suppliers will reduce the prices and accordingly we will reduce our prices. Improvement product quality. Now the product must meet the requirements of two markets, the European Union and the Eurasian Union. Increasing the sufficiency of the goods stock. The goods will be purchased in large quantities for two companies. I want to listen to the concern and troubles of customers, to take actions to eliminate them. New ideas and commercial projects can open new opportunities for the union. In my opinion, the proposed measures will ensure the unity of the vision of the project development and understanding of the essence of the project, as its participants, employees of two companies, suppliers and customers, to whom the project of the procurement union will have a direct impact. Close interaction and intensive communication will remove distrust and doubts that impede movement. Country and cultural difference will open up new opportunities and synergies that previously were not available to any of the companies.